SCR3, SCR4, and for both the half cycles, that is for positive half cycle and negative half cycle, we are getting rectified output voltage. Okay, and as this load is resistive, therefore we are also getting this output current which is similar to the output voltage, right? And in the last waveform, we can observe that voltage drop across SCR, right? Whenever your SCR will be off during that time duration, your voltage drop can be seen across these different SCR. Okay, so you can observe here right from 0 to alpha, your SCR is off basically, and for this much duration, there is a voltage drop across SCR. For positive half cycle, SCR1 and SCR4 will be a forward bias, and hence current will flow to both these SCR via load and will return back to the source again, and therefore we are getting this output voltage for positive half cycle. At this pi, your SCR will be turn off because of natural commutation, right? And for this much duration, right from pi to pi plus alpha, your SCR will be off again. And for next negative half cycle, remaining two SCRs will be forward bias, that is SCR2 and SCR3. Current will flow to these two SCRs via load and return back to the source again. And during this negative half cycle, we are getting rectified output voltage like this. Okay, and for this both positive and negative half cycle, we are getting this kind of output voltage along with the output current as well. In this waveform, as I told you already, that we do have this voltage drop across SCR. If you carefully observe this, you will come to know that whenever your SCR is off, during that time duration only, you are observing this kind of voltage drop across SCR, right? So this is all about the full wave control rectifier with the resistive load. Next is full wave control rectifier with the inductive load. Look at this. The four SCRs are there in the circuit, just like the previous circuit. And along with this resistor, we have inductor as a load here, right? And therefore it is RL load basically. So we have seen earlier that in case of inductive load, whatever output voltage we are getting, that output voltage most of the time is present for negative half cycle also, right? Which is unwanted basically, and which is shown over here. You can observe here, this is input voltage which is applied to this circuit. This circuit is full wave control rectifier with the RL load, that is inductive load, and across this input we are applying this sinusoidal waveform or sinusoidal AC voltage as the input, and we are getting this kind of output voltage where we can observe that some part of output voltage is present for negative half cycle, which is unwanted, right? So these negative spikes are there for each and every half cycle. For this positive half cycle, we can observe this. For negative half cycle, again this kind of negative spike is there. For next positive half cycle, again negative spike is there. Likewise, negative spikes are present for each and every half cycle, right? Which is unwanted. Look at this. This is the current waveform. This is the current waveform which is discontinued in nature, because for this much time duration, for beta to alpha, what happens basically, your all SCRs are off, and for this much duration all SCRs are off, and whatever inductor is stored previously will dissipate its energy completely, and therefore this much duration right from beta to alpha, no current will flow through the circuit. Okay, again you can observe here, for this much duration no current is there, right? So this is what the nature of output current for this inductive load. This is what the nature of output voltage for this inductive load. And you can observe here that for positive half cycle, the current is flowing from SCR1 and SCR4, right? Then for negative half cycle, we can observe here that current is flowing from SCR2 and SCR3, and likewise this both the current, like current from SCR1, current from SCR4, will contribute output current for that much positive half cycle, right? Again, for negative half cycle, current is flowing from SCR2 and SCR3, it is shown over here, which will contribute as output current for this new negative half cycle. So this is what the inductive load, full wave control rectifier with the inductive load. One more important thing is, if the inductor value is very large, in that case we may observe continuous nature of current over here. The circuit will remain same, but in this case, if we have very high value of this inductor, let's assume 10 Henry or 15 Henry or beyond that, in that case, what will happen? The nature of current will be continuous. Look at this, just like this. This is the output current, and this output current is continuous. Why this is so? Because for each and every half cycle, whatever the energy is been stored by the inductor previously, as its value is large, in that case it can store large amount of energy, and it can release that energy for some longer time. Okay, and therefore what happens, whatever we have seen previously, that for this much duration, right from beta to alpha, or from this pi plus beta to pi plus alpha, for this much duration, no current is flowing through the circuit. Why this is so? Because in this case, the value of inductor is very less, is very low, and therefore the energy can be quickly dissipated. Okay. But if the value of inductor is very large, in that case, we may observe continuous nature of output current like this. Okay. This is the output voltage, just like the previous output voltage. Okay, but look at this output current. This output current is continuous in nature. The rest of the waveforms are similar to the previous one, but look at this output current. If inductor value is very large, in that case we may achieve this constant output current from the circuit. Okay, the next important circuit is uh, full wave controlled rectifier circuit with RL load and freewheeling diode. We have seen earlier, because of the inductor, negative spikes are present for each and every half cycle, which is unwanted completely, right? And we are interested in removing these negative spikes which are present for each and every half cycle. So how one can remove this? Simply by addition of this diode in this circuit in this manner, we can make a loop for this inductive current which can flow within this loop only, and therefore we can easily remove the negative spikes which is present in the output voltage waveform. Okay, simply addition of this diode uh, we can make available a loop for current which is flowing because of this inductive inductor, and hence that current will flow through this loop only, and energy will be dissipated with the help of this loop only, and therefore no negative spikes is present for output voltage. We can observe here we are getting only positive half cycles. We are getting only positive output voltage for each and every half cycle, we can observe here. Okay, and as the inductor value will be very large, therefore we are getting this uh, output current as a constant waveform. We can observe here, this is a straight line, this is continuous nature of output current waveform, right? So this is what the role of freewheeling diode in case of inductive load. Whatever the energy that is been stored by the inductor previously, it can be dissipated within that loop only with the help of this diode, and therefore this diode is known as freewheeling diode. Okay, so whatever energy is stored by this inductor will not because of this energy, whatever current will flow through circuit will not go beyond towards source, it will be dissipated in this loop only, and therefore no negative spikes will be present for output voltage waveform. So this is what the role of freewheeling diode.